Okay, kids, it's time for another episode of the Fueled by Weird podcast, the only podcast that's squid-tastic. I'm Chris Daly, and tonight I'd like to welcome back Chad Perkins, so very unofficial Shiro, and introducing to the show for the first time, Mr. Carl Bourne. Guys, how are we doing?
Doing great.
Good, good.
Good.
Can't complain.
Because if you did, who would give a shit anyway, right?
Exactly. Well, no, if you go on Threads and you talk about like the whole Spider-Man thing after the when Ned remembered Peter, people
Yeah.
will get upset and try to kill you. So,
I haven't
yeah.
had much negative experience on Threads. It's been pretty decent, and I've kind of noticed that you get out of Threads what you put into Threads. And so everyone's complaining that Threads is super negative. That's kind of what I found. That's just me.
So you put a lot of negative energy into it, so you
No,
get
I get
actually get the
positive
fake.
stuff out of mine. I get nothing bad. I just hear people complain about it all the time, but I'm like, I've never had anything negative out of Threads. I kind of like Threads.
I don't know.
Oh,
Mine's full of puppies. I'm not complaining.
See, there you go.
yeah, the only negativity on my threads is directed towards AI, so
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
good with
kind of
that.
everywhere. But yeah, I think out of
That's
all the
fair.
social medias, that one is kind of trending more toward my favorite one. All the rest are kind of just terrible.
Yeah, Blue Sky was supposed to be Blue Sky started out really great and then
It
it
was
kind of
awesome. And what kills me about Blue Sky is the character limit. Man, that kills me every time. Every time. Like out of all the things to be upset about, it's a dumb thing to be upset about, but character limit is it kills me every time.
It's too, I feel like it's too political. Like it's just become the opposite of Twitter, well, X or whatever the hell you want to
Yeah.
call it. So,
The
Yeah.
other end of the
like,
spectrum.
yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well. I mean, it's all mine is like flooded with like gay shit, and that's fine, but like no, go on, Shiro.
You receive what you put in. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I
Hey,
do
that's just for
follow.
threads. Blue Sky's a totally other beast.
Right.
I know.
I
I put
do
in art in
follow a
mine.
lot
I get
of
art in return.
I mean, I do follow a lot of LGBT creators. So yes, I do get, so well, they have good art. I can't complain.
Yeah.
Like if I like the art, I like the art. Like I poke the follow button and I'm like, there you go. Even if it's that weird furry art of how they can bend that way. But anyway, I-
You poke the like, well, that totally explains why you're getting a bunch of that stuff in your feed, Chad. You're just
oh my
poking stuff.
God.
You're poking stuff.
Oh my
Quit
God.
poking.
Yeah.
Okay. Chad, stop poking the follow buttons.
Right?
My
Um,
Facebook's full of puppies, but yeah.
there you go. So I want to welcome you guys to the show. I'm very glad to have you guys here. We're gonna do something fun today because we always do stuff fun here, and it's something I've never done before. First of all, having three people at one time on the show, I have
I
to
mean, it's a
specify.
it's a great time.
I don't want to get thrown into that weird algorithm that Chad's in. But
Too late.
There's so many hands in the
I've never had three people on the show at the same time, so I'm very excited about
I've
that.
had three people.
It's gonna be great.
Well, one
But
to prop you up. Anyway,
no, you're good. So what I want to do, I
I need a
always start.
booster seat with my wife. Anyway,
They have tentacles, they're not people, Chad.
tentacles have rights, my friend.
I always start these out with an icebreaker question. So tonight's question, what is the worst date you've ever been on?
Like romantic date.
Whatever you want to, whatever, however you want to quantify that. And I will go ahead and start to give you guys time to think. My worst date ever was senior prom. Actually, it wasn't even prom, it was like commencement. The girl I went with, I'd been crushing on her for a long time. I finally got the nerve up to ask her. We go to the prom. During prom, she tells me, "Hey, just so you know, after prom, I'm gonna start dating your best friend." So I was like, "Rad." So we kind of just dance, and then after the dance is over, we go back to her house, and she just starts hanging out with my friend, and my friend had came with another girl, so the two of us kind of were just sitting there like, "This is awkward," because we definitely weren't gonna, we weren't into each other, so that wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, it kind of turned me off of formal dances for the rest of high school, so that was probably the worst one for me.
Wait, wasn't it? You said you went to senior prom though.
Well, it was like senior commencement. So, or no, actually, no, it wasn't senior. It was sophomore year. I lied. It was sophomore year. Like the first dance of the year was commencement, I guess. Um, so yeah, for the rest of my high school career, no formal dances for me, or actually no really any dances for me. Kind of ruined the whole perspective. The whole concept was ruined for me.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Damn, that does
use an
suck.
example like that. Use romantic, use maybe not necessarily a worst one, but like if you and your current significant other went on a date and it ended up poorly, it doesn't have to be like super tragic, but if it just like a bunch of really crappy stuff happened, whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
Well, firstly, my prom went great. I only had one because that's how it works where I live. Like,
Fair enough.
I went in
Same.
there like with drag queen energy. Like, there was this drape in front of the gym doors, and I was just like, "Fwa!"
Is there any better energy to have than drag queen energy?
Exactly.
For the record, that makes sense with you. I'm like, you know
Yep.
what? That's great. And I would have applauded you the entire time. Like, fuck yeah. Work
Because
it.
I was bullied my entire childhood, my entire teenagehood, my early
Same.
20s.
Me too.
And then I worked in video games, so of course my 30s too. But I didn't really care in my 30s. But during that prom, I was like, I am going to be the daydam king, design my dress myself, like pretty much torn open the drapes. Haha, I am here. And everybody was like, oh.
I
It
had
was like a
three
movie,
dates for
but it didn't
prom.
end with blood and sprinklers and fire, sadly. So, but the bad date. One of my exes, the one that I really, really, really hate, because the other ones were perfectly normal. Um, it's okay. He's dead now. So he
Okay.
brought
Yeah.
me.
There's
He
a
brought me
lot
to
of
a bar.
unravel
I
with
don't
all
drink.
these statements right now.
He brought me to a bar. I don't drink. I'm neurodivergent. It's dark. It's loud. It was in the times before the smartphones. So I had nothing to entertain myself because he proceeded to sit under a TV playing hockey and talk to his friend, completely ignoring me. And I'm stuck there because I don't know how to drive yet. Before anyone asks, I didn't go in the bar underage. I just got my permit at 23.
That's fair.
So that was horrible. And
That
then
does
it only
sound
went
awful.
downhill from there. The man was an asshole.
I was like, that wasn't the worst part.
Right, I was
It
about
got
to
worse
say.
from
No, the
there.
date in that relationship, that date was not the worst part. I have worse.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But then we'll do the entire show on just that guy. So no.
Fair
Now,
enough.
the next topic is that guy. Oh, worst date. I guess the worst date for me, Carl, do you have one?
No.
Hey,
I
that's
got
My
you.
okay.
marriage was
I got,
arranged.
yeah.
It's
All right,
fine.
I got you. All
Yes,
right.
but no.
No, no, okay, all right. No Sherry, I got it.
Copy that.
The let's see, the one that I would say is the worst is that so my girlfriend at the time, her mom was super controlling, but not in the beginning. Like she acted like the really, really casual, like laid back, like, yeah, you guys can go. So anyway, we went to the anime convention that is Youmacon together. And we were wandering around and having a good time and talking, but I'll keep it short. The mom was following us the entire time.
Oh, please tell me she was
Like,
hiding behind furniture.
you know what? She might as well have. Like she was following us. And it actually turned out too that she was the girl that I was dating at the time was aware of it as well. Like that was like the whole plan as well. Like she was
Wow.
like, "Yeah, I'm gonna follow you, but we're not gonna tell him because we want to make sure like he's a good guy." And I'm like, "What
Fair.
the fuck is this shit?" Like, so that's probably the worst date. And I had 3 days of this crap.
You go to McDonald's,
Yikes.
she's under the table.
Right? She's under
Do
the
like him,
or
I'm not here.
the girl the girl I'm dating is like feeding the mom fries under the table like a dog. Like, yeah, yeah, honey. Oh, do you like your food? Yeah, I do. Like dumping it like into them. But
Finger
fun
bang.
fact, for prom, I had 3 dates, so that was weird. Um, I gotta, so just to clarify, my best friend, she ended up breaking up with her boyfriend when prom was like everybody was getting ready. So I was like, okay, I'll take you. And then my other friend didn't have a date, and like, okay, well, I'm gonna go with you, and I didn't have a say in it. And then I ended up getting a girlfriend, and then I was like, hey, do you want to go to prom? So I paid for their tickets and everything and all. So it was more of like 2 friends and my girlfriend, but it was really funny because in all the photos, it's just me with 3 women. It was all a good sport though. Like we had a good time. It
Nice.
was funny. Oh,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Oh, I can tell you about my first girlfriend.
Okay.
So she would do the thing where she was ready, but she would just pretend like she's not ready. So you're waiting for her, building
Yeah.
anticipation.
Yeah, yeah.
And she would leave me sitting in the living room with her dad. Um,
Oh.
and her dad would get way too much information out of me, but he acted like he was just an idiot, like just sitting there watching TV. We go out and she starts asking me all these questions about what I told him. She's like, "You can't talk to him. You can't talk to him." I'm like, "What are you left me there. Like, what is this about?" Turns out this very normal looking guy um, was a Green Beret in Vietnam,
Oh, wow.
was not
Oh.
impressed with the Green Berets, got out, became a cop in LA. He had
Oh,
a
God.
genius level IQ, and very quickly rose, after being on the SWAT team, very quickly rose to becoming a detective, where his specialty was interrogation.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
I'm like, this
God.
is the guy who was sitting on your couch. This is nothing like the guy I met. And she's like, he's really good at pretending to be like a local dumbass redneck. Like, you don't fall for it. Don't tell him anything ever.
You left
Wow.
me with it. Oh, that would have been really uncomfortable to find out it during a date.
Would have been
Yikes.
nice to learn before.
Yeah,
Right. Like,
yeah.
hey, don't talk to my dad. Why? I'll tell you later. Like, okay. Right.
After you're
I
done giving him all your information.
I had
I
that with my mom. I hated bringing people over because every time I'd bring a new girl over, which I make it sound like I did it all the time, I didn't really. Um,
yeah, me too.
when I would bring, a date home, my mom, if I left the room even for a second, my mom got all super weird. She'd be like, "Hey, do you want to feel the plate in my head? It's right here." And she would like grab their hand and go like this. Like, isn't that feel crazy? Because when I was little
Uh,
and my mom was
I
pregnant with my sisters because my sisters are twins, she got diagnosed with a brain tumor, and so they had to have, surgery and
yeah.
remove part of her skull, and they replaced it with a plastic plate. And she just thought it was the best thing to have people feel it. And I'm like, God, that's so terrible. So yeah, I didn't like to bring people over either. It wasn't even with girls. If I brought friends over, that she would do the same thing with them. So
See, I would have thought that was awesome. Like, oh hell yeah,
Oh, if
you
it was
have
metal.
if that
yeah.
was
Ding
the
ding.
if that was the only
Right.
thing she did, it would be kind of awesome. But that's just where the
That's when that kicked in.
weird, awkward. That's where it starts. Is hey, that's entry level awkward. Is hey, feel the plastic plate in my head, and then it gets just downhill from there.
I'm gonna put a
Because being a
mag
teenager isn't awkward enough on its own. Like,
True.
you got to
right,
throw a plate in your head there.
right.
Yep.
My brother, I do want to mention because my brother and I are twins. He went on a date once and the
Oh,
girl
there's two
said,
of you.
there is
There's
2 of
two of
me.
you.
Yeah, there is. But so he has a listen, he's married with 2 kids. So I mean, he's doing well for himself. But anyway,
And they reproduce. Oh my god.
he told yes, we do. Thank you. We're like gremlins and tribbles. He was told by the girl that
It's
she
assuming
didn't
you're
want to
cute.
continue date him anymore because she wasn't feeling protected. And his response was, well, wait, I don't want to date you either if I'm protecting you from something. Because I don't even know what I'm protecting you from. Like, from what? I don't want that shit. Like,
Funny.
Feel protected. Hire a bodyguard.
right. Like, I'm not your fucking, you're like, are
Are
you in
you
the
in the mafia?
mob?
What the hell?
That's
Like a
funny.
drive-by happens and just start shooting and like protect me. Oh, you're too short.
I had a
Oh
friend
my God, is the
who
Rotini family again?
I had a friend who broke up with his girlfriend because she wanted to be intimate too often.
You know
And I
what
was
though?
like, "What?" Like this was back when we were in high school, and I'm like, "Dude, like most guys would really, really be okay with that. Why are yeah,
Well,
it,
after a while, it's raw.
I mean, after a
you know,
while, I mean, as you get older, we get
I
tired, man.
I don't know the frequent. I mean, this was we were like early 20s, so we were young, and I don't know any more details other than that. He just said she wanted to be intimate too often, and I was like, "Huh, what a awful, awful problem to have."
You
Oh
were like, you grab him
no.
by the shoulders.
Yeah, so dumb. Anyway, well, thank you for sharing for all your terrible dates, everybody. Now I don't feel as terrible knowing that we can commiserate in our own misery. Um,
I mean, yeah.
you know, we can commiserate together. Loneliness loves company. Misery loves company, and that's why we're here. But we're not here to be miserable. We're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate and talk about the awesomeness of Rolling Squid Bones comics. But first, because you are new to the, well, no, we're going to do this. First, Chad, what I want you to do, let's tell the people a little bit about Rolling Squid Bones. Let's talk about how it got started, why it got started, the who, what, where, when, why, how of the creation of Rolling Squid Bones. I kind of know it a little bit because you and I have been friends for a while, even though you're a terrible texter. Um, why don't we take a minute to tell everybody about Rolling Squid Bones?
So Rolling Squid Bones is basically what a startup comic book company who people who are like new to the industry or just really want to get their books out, I try to help support and like get them into the limelight and just kind of like help build a resume. I am literally will tell them and I will tell Carl and I've told Shiro before, like you can wear my logo and then be like submit to other places and be like, hey, I was a part of them, and then you can get level up. So anyway, but that's the reason why I started is just kind of be like a starter place for uh, creators. And then it kind of grew from there. And the reason why I did it is because I was just really, really tired of the favoritism with different comic book companies. Like I felt like every single time when somebody would start something new or there was another comic book person, it would always be like, oh yeah, this guy is now a part of here. And I'm like, yeah, he's a part of five other places because he's a named for themselves. And I just got really, really sick of that. But the other thing I wanted to do was just kind of be the problem child because I like being a problem. So I like being very adult swimmy, very more comedic with my stuff, advertising, because I think these comic book companies take themselves way too seriously with their stuff. So
Absolutely.
it was just kind of like from there. And then these weird people just kind of gravitated towards me and I'm like, go away. Like right. They're like Shiro and Carl was like, hi. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll pat you on the head and then show me your stuff with it. Anyway. So yeah, so that's why it all got started. But yeah.
No, that's cool. Like I said, I've been friends with you since, the creation of Rolling Squid Bones, where it was just, you're making your comic imprint for yourself and it kind of just grown from there. It's been cool to watch it grow. And
That's been a struggle, but yes.
I mean, it's still been cool to see it happen. And I've talked to other people about this kind of thing, and I've talked about you in a lot of my other shows where with Rolling Squid Bones,
Ew.
you liked you liked and you and I have talked about this before, where that weird idea or weird story you come up with that most people are like, that's too weird to be a thing. I'm gonna throw it away. You are
Yeah.
like, no, give me that story. I want that, and those are like the most fun ones too. Um, Speaking of that, talking to Jared Lockhart last week, I brought up our HOA story a little bit, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Dude, why is this not a thing yet?" And I was like, "I don't
Listen,
know."
I have set the hook on my plate right now. I'm working on the second arc with it. I have bark in the water, but anyway, yeah. So,
I
but
said, "Well,
yes,
I said we'll figure it out someday." But
one day.
anyway, I always talk about with creators about how that weird story, the one you think is too weird to do, is usually will end up being the most fun if you actually decide to put the effort and put the work in. And
Yeah.
I totally forgot to mention this. Today was Hawaiian shirt day at work, and I got a new one recently, which kind of fits the theme. It's a
I
pirate one,
bought
and it's got a giant
uh,
squid.
my
It's
wife just bought
red.
me one.
Yo, Davy Jones.
It's like the
Yay.
whole side of my body. I would stand up and show you, but I disappear as soon as I stand up.
I thought you
Uh,
were gonna be like, but I'm not wearing pants, and then
not wearing pants. There's actually another style of this shirt where the squid is like an
I'm not wearing
orange
pants.
instead. It's orange instead of blue, but I like this one because it's blue. But it's all pirate themed. It's cool. So I'm like that kind of worked out for the theme today. But so I'm showing my support until I'm able to get one of the cool shirts with that sweet ass logo you have now because it's
hell
super
yeah.
dope. Super dope.
I'm gonna build out that store too, so
Heck yeah.
more stuff is coming.
And make it work.
Yeah.
And make it work.
Listen, that
So
comics one anyway.
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
So Carl, I want to start with you because you're the new guy to the show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your comics background and how you got into making your own comics?
Hmm. That's a long story. I'm pretty old. Um, I've just always wanted to do comics. I don't know, like I've always been an artist. I've always read comics. It didn't it it was a natural progression. Like, and I went to the Kubert School, um, and yeah, I don't know. I've always been an artist, but I've never been interested in doing art that didn't have a story to go
Sure.
with it.
Yeah.
I thought if I ever did anything else, it would be like storyboards, something like that, book illustration.
Nice. So how did you link up with this guy? Tell us the story of how you and Chad got connected.
Drugs. Anyway,
He's my dealer. No, I don't know.
be there in a second.
I think, I think there's just some funny stuff popping up on my Instagram. Um,
There.
yeah, like you said, Adult Swim kind of humor. I like that. It's not what I do, but it's as a viewer, as a fan, it's stuff I like. So I was like, it's when someone has a sense of humor, especially a weird sense of humor, and you're a weird person, they become far more approachable.
Yeah.
So
Which is
yeah,
which is weird because when we were younger and we were weird, it was the exact opposite. But
It's
it's
weird
cool.
how that
It's
works.
it's cool to be weird now, kind of. So it is weird how that works.
yeah.
It's the op yeah. Actually, it was funny because Carl, when he first appeared onto the scene, I was like looking at his work and I'm like, that shit can't be real. Like, there's no way. Because it was like super detailed, and I've never seen anything like quite like that of comic. Like, it's not like me being insulting or anything. I was like, he's doing comics with that? Like, that's big, big paintings and everything.
Yeah.
Like you wanted that on a wall and like a memorial or something. And I'm like, but he's doing comics with that? And then he contacted like, hey, you want White Wolf? And I'm like, she's like, you're weird. I'm like, cool, I'm weird. And then he showed me White Wolf and there's like this drug induced anyway, he can explain it, but like, yeah, so we kind of
No,
just became friends because of our love, I guess, for like Adult Swim, like humor and everything and
Nice.
anything like that. So
Very cool. So
yeah.
Carl, why don't you tell us a little bit about White Wolf for those out there who've never heard of it before?
Okay, which is just about everybody. Um, so when I guess to sort of piggyback off that, it's like the style kind of came from getting a little bored with superheroes.
Sure.
In my later teenage years and trying to find something else when I was in school, and that's when I found like all the old heavy metal, the best heavy metal artists,
eh,
like Mobius, Droulet, like too many names to mention, but
Right.
those guys would do painted pages. Those guys would spend hours and it was every kind of subject matter, and the weirder the better.
Very cool.
So I'm not really the story just kind of happened. I originally the character was going to be kind of like a monster hunter slayer, like your typical guy. I had a cool idea where he was immortal, but in order to gain his immortality, he had to be killed 100 times, reincarnated.
Yeah.
And every time he was a warrior or a soldier or a predatory animal. And every time it was a tragic death that he learned from. And I figured that would be his way to come back. It was kind of influenced a little bit by the movie Highlander. So he
Mm.
was going to come back as this immortal guy and he was going to hunt down monsters. And I'm like, well, there's already so much stuff like that.
yeah,
Um,
we've seen Eternal Warrior as well.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of invented The Witcher before The Witcher existed, and Vampire Hunter D and all this stuff. So then I thought I always go back to like classic books, contemporary classics especially, and I was like, I always want to do my own kind of like Don Quixote. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what if? And then I wasn't even consciously thinking about the Max, but I definitely channeled a lot of the Max into
You
this
sure
story.
did, yeah.
Yeah,
I could
it's
see that just
weird that
on
that
that
was not
scent.
intentional because it's
Yeah,
so much. Now when I look at it, it's so much there.
yeah,
But I was like, well, what if this guy just thinks he's that character? Because like if you have schizophrenia, what I did some research on that, often those people think they're immortal, and there's often like a religious sort of influence to their hallucinations and the things they don't believe. So in this case, the character
Really?
believes in the Aztec gods, but there's a little bit of Spanish Catholicism there too. And that actually came from the Terminator. A lot of people wouldn't think of this, but
yeah.
there's a scene in the first Terminator movie where they're in the police station and the police psychologist is interviewing Reese and they're talking to him saying, "Oh, this is a perfect fantasy. Like you can't prove or disprove it." And then they're talking to Sarah Connor. She's like, I saw this guy put his hand right through the window of the car windshield, and they're like, oh, I've seen people on PCP do that. The cop is like, I've seen that happen. Like later on, he's gonna feel pain. And I'm like, what if that was the movie? What if these two guys were not, from the future, not a robot? They were just two crazy people and sucking other people into their drama. Like,
Yeah.
what if I flipped the script on that? So I
And
did.
it's so convincing too, just watching everything unfold. Like you start off with like him in the Arctic with a wolf, and then there's like a voodoo priest, and then there's a big skeleton statue thingy. Like there's just different things that happen in this book, and you're sucked in with them, and you kind of believe them as they're going through it. Like
I've
I'm
had
sitting
people
there going,
argue with me that it's not schizophrenia. Like they're not hallucinating. They're not on a drug trip. They are, or the drugs are enabling them to see things that are really there that the rest of us can't see. And I'm like, I start to argue. I'm like, because it's my story. And I'm like, well, no, fine. If you want to believe that, that's cool. I mean, I'm not going to decide. Like when Dorothy went to the Wizard of Oz, was that a real place? Was it all in her head?
Right.
The story works either way. That's
sure.
fine.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
is funny though that people will argue even though it's your story. Like, I mean, I wrote it, so sure, have your head canon. So, yeah.
Whatever gets you to read it, man. So, you kind of mentioned a little bit, that you've got a Kickstarter coming out next week. By the time this drops, it'll be the day before your Kickstarter comes out. So, why don't we take a minute, like kind of do like a quick elevator pitch for those so they'll know exactly what White Wolf is about and kind of what you're going to have available on your Kickstarter.
Hmm. Okay, so it's a three-issue story, and I'm finishing the third issue right now. So you'll be able to get the whole story. You'll be able to get it as a trade or three separate issues. Um, they're magazine size, full color or black and white, either one. And the story is about this guy who is a history professor who thinks he needs to save the world. And like I said before, he believes in Aztec gods. So it's all sort of mythology based, but not. It's a little hard to describe. Most of the characters are on drugs the whole time, and you're seeing it through their eyes. So, like I said, Don Quixote was an influence on this.
Sure.
So there's sort of the a character that's sort of like the Sancho Panza in that story.
Yeah.
Is a guy who's flunking out of grad school who wants to become like a YouTube influencer, and he's going to follow this guy around and film him and put it on YouTube or whatever, podcast, whatever, to try and make money. And it's a terrible idea. It's not working at all.
That
And then
sounds
there's the
awesome.
guy with no legs.
Yeah.
So, you said it's going to be a three-issue series. Are you done at three? Is there going to be more past that? Do you have a plan for past that or?
I don't have any stories in mind. There could be more, but it's not a it, it you know it's it's not a cliffhanger ending. Like this story ends. Um,
Okay, cool. Very cool. Well, um, for those listening, the Kickstarter drops tomorrow. Uh, there'll either be a link in the show notes or the link will be somewhere. So we'll make sure the link gets posted somewhere if you guys want to check it out. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate it. Chad, I want to go back to you now. So why don't we talk a little bit about some of the different types of books that people can find with Rolling Squid Bones?
Sure. So currently we have right now with the comics one being down, we can't have like Charybdis being printed, which would be great if we could have the Sophisticated or White Wolf right now. But currently we have through our Ingram Sparks channel, we have Age of Yokai, which is about like a revenge story with samurai and yokai. We have Path of the Pale Rider, which is Laurie Calcaterra, as everybody's familiar with the Death Being Broken. With St. Jude, and he's trying to like find out what the hell happened and all this other wild adventures. We have Oog Caveman with a gun. We have the Trials and Tribulations of Miss Tilney. And what else do we have? Oh, we have Junk coming from Carl. So that'll be coming in the next couple if Ingram will stop fighting us. So we'll have that. And then there's a couple. Yes, Junk.
Nice.
It's absolutely awesome. Carl, you need to talk about Junk.
That looks great.
It's wild. Like I was like sitting there reading it while I was formatting it. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you? Like, and then I realized, oh yeah, I do fish strippers. um,
yeah.
like, never mind. This is normal compared. Like this is fine. This is just an every average day. So those are just some of the titles that we have as well. Definitely check them out. They're all available to order. And then, like I was telling beforehand, which should be cut out, is we have something happening behind the scenes where everything will be a lot more easily accessible as well. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
don't
just
worry.
mainly.
That piece, not a spoiler. This is a secret we can't tell yet. That part will definitely be cut out because that was before the show started. So
Yeah.
don't worry.
Cool.
You're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned to Rolling Squid Bones if you want to know what the big secret is that we're talking about that we can't tell you about right now.
Yeah.
Follow on social media.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Shiro,
Yes.
tell us about your journey into comics. How did you get wrapped up in this crazy world?
Okay, the very beginning, or
I was
Whatever.
born at a young age.
okay.
I was born a poor black child. However you want to share your story.
Picture it, the ancient time of 1985.
I
My mom
wasn't
hands me some
born.
Crayolas and some paper, and it all goes downhill from there.
I drew my first middle finger, which was really a penis.
Oh, I wouldn't brag if it's that size, honey. Anyway, then my uncle started giving me some comics. Um, as you can see, I clearly have a problem.
It's okay.
Don't we all?
And then so on and so forth. And then I met my friend Davis Dewsbury on a comic forum, which I cannot remember the name to save myself. And we started working on the Edjos, which was a parody of superheroes. And I have a. Come here. If you guys can see it, there's a print by Mike Ruth of the characters The Flag and the Colonel.
Mm.
Those are terrible
I don't have enough
names.
stuff. There we go. And it was a very adult series. Like we were parodying a lot of things. Flag doesn't have underwear. He flies everywhere. And all he wears is a big Canadian flag around his hips. So yeah.
That's great. I never mind. Forget it. I love that.
I'll tell Davis. Maybe he'll want to pick up the series again. And then it went further than that, and Davis and Andrew came up with Auric of the Great White North, which I color, and so on and so forth. And I like to draw in a lot of different styles. Right now, I'm also working on a fan comic with Gabe Lerman called Super Mario Adventures Continued, which in the Nintendo fan base is surprisingly popular. I'm happy for that.
Yeah,
And
for
then Lee
sure.
found me one day,
I'm
pedaling on the side of
sorry.
the road. no legs. In one of those little carts there.
On PCP.
Well, that's a perfect transition. Why don't we talk a little bit about Barbarian Queen Charybdis? Now, you guys have that on Kickstarter right now. The Kickstarter is going to end this week. So by the
Yes.
time this comes out, the Kickstarter will be out. And we're gonna manifest good vibes that the Kickstarter funds because it's a great book. It's fantastic. I'm very excited for it. Why don't we tell the people out there who are listening, why don't we tell them a little bit about the book?
Well, Charybdis is a story about, of course, a barbarian queen on a quest to save her daughter from the necromage. And it's very fun. It's very fun to draw.
It is very
It's
fun.
very fun. Well, I would say it's very fun to write. I'd say it's very fun to create because Lee's the one that puts our ideas together into a readable script because the way we discuss the script is like, oh, Kay should do this. Okay, but what if she did that too? And we're pretty much like, did we just because best friend mean that? That's pretty much how we work on the
That's
comic.
awesome. That's awesome. Lee is fantastic. Shout out to Lee
Shout out to
Newman
Lee.
at Raven Writing Desk. Go check him out. He's a fantastic dude. Um, Speaking of that, it kind of reminds me that little lizard from Queen Charybdis reminds me kind of Chad a little bit.
Slink.
Reminds me
Slink.
of
Oh God, yeah.
reminds me of Chad.
He'd be my spirit animal, like hands down.
Oh, you guys would
Yeah.
go along so good together.
Yeah.
Especially the first issue, the extra part you guys put where he tries to get the keys. Great stuff.
I'd be the one like trying to. We'd be that one scene. Oh, what scene is it where they're trying to get the key? They throw the key out the window and then the door's locked. So what they do is they like jump out the window but go around to unlock the door instead of just grabbing the key.
Yeah, that would
Like
be
we
something.
just be like these dumb shenanigans. Like, but why didn't you just? Oh, anyway, yeah, continue.
Yeah, it's a great story. How did you and Lee get wrapped up in Chad's world? How'd you guys get connected with Rolling Squid Bones?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Lee told me about it. And I was like, Chad, who?
That's fair because
Like
I was like Shiro
literally, I'm not
who.
joking. I learned what Chad looks like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's him. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Like we talk
I'm
in the
creep.
chat, but we don't really talk business
Right.
because
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. And
Totally fine.
like I draw. That's the thing. That's the one thing I know. And
Fair
Lee was
enough.
like, yeah, and Chad asked me to sign up for Squid Bones, and I'm not sure. And I'm like, yes, look, you go on a social media cleanse like every 2 weeks, and nobody pays attention to me. We need the views. Sign up. And there
Very
you
cool.
go.
Yeah.
Very
Truth be
cool.
told, too, what did happen as well is that Lori was the one who brought up Lee Newman as well, because I was aware of Lee's work and everything with Charybdis and one other. Didn't he do another book too? Maybe I don't know.
That's the thing. I have no
Yeah.
idea what Chad thinks of my work. So,
I like your work. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a shit.
I
Like,
mean, you could have just liked
eh,
Sasson. I didn't work on Sasson. I just did a couple covers.
no, no,
Then
no,
you
no,
look at
no,
Sasson is
Charybdis,
no.
fan
oh
I
my god, the
Sasson is
anatomy.
fantastic.
Sasson is hilarious.
So
I
good.
like no, I liked Charybdis because I liked the very like detailed grittiness of your style with that book. Like it definitely fits the Saturday morning cartoons, but it has like almost that heavy metal vibe as well
Yep.
to it. Um so and it was great. It's a very approachable series too. So
Yeah,
that was
it's
really nice as
instead
well.
of being like
Um,
one big story per issue, it's a little bit of the big story and then what we call side quests, which
yeah.
is little bits of stories that could happen at any point in time in the timeline.
Yeah.
So you can just pick up an issue, and if you can't follow the big story, it's okay. It's only 6 pages. You can go for the little
Right,
bits.
exactly. So it's
The
just yeah, and
tapas of
then
comics.
and Lori was like, "Oh yeah, you should talk to Lee." So then Lee and I were talking, and I'm like, "I mean, you can join if you want, Lee. I don't know what I can give you." He's like, "Bro, I just want to make stories. Like, I don't care about money and everything." And I'm like,
I do.
"Great." I mean, me and Lee have full-time
I mean,
jobs,
clearly,
so
I'm irresponsible.
I mean, I also feel your pain and irresponsibility, but it's like, he was like, I want to make stories. He's like, I'm not really in this for the money. And I'm like, cool, you're on the same wavelengths as me when I'm starting this thing. Like, I've tried to be very realistic. Like, I don't know if we're going to make any money. but we can at least get our stuff out there on the Facebooks and social medias
Sure.
together. Like, and
Sure.
that's about it.
And I
Like,
just so like comics in general. I like making them. I like reading
yeah,
them. And like I said, I live in Quebec, the province, not the city.
Right.
Quebec is known as the capital of comics of Canada. I have Japanese comics, I have English comics, I have French comics, I have local comics, I have European comics, I eat comics. I have so many different comics.
I have one Russian
I was
comic, and
raised in
I
comics, and the Archies. Don't get me started on the Archies. The house is lined with Archies. We have so many Archies.
I liked that. What was it called? The essentially it was just Marley and Me, but it was about the guy and his dog with Archie. I have it. What the hell is it? It's by Tom DeFalco. But I have a few of the Archie stuff too. I have one Russian comic, only because I accidentally ordered. It's a Russian company called Bubble, and they did this book called Plague Doctor, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna order this because this looks great. They had an English version and a Russian version, and I accidentally ordered the Russian version.
Well, time to learn Russian,
I was like,
baby.
oh.
There you go.
I held up my phone with Google Translate and I tried to read it, and I was like, this is really annoying. Don't do it. But the art's cool, so it made for a fun podcast though, because I was like, guys, so I read this. It's in Russian, and I don't know Russian.
I looked at
So
the pictures in this.
Well, that's
what?
an audio book
Yeah,
if I've
yep.
ever had one.
That's
And then I buy the
Chad
Russian
Perkins reads
audiobook, so
in
they're just
Russian.
they're just talking to me in Russian, and I'm like, damn it, I can't win with this book.
there you go.
Like everything's in Russian. But it's kind of nice though when it comes to RSBs that we have a very wide variety of genres and like approachability. So like White Wolf is a really good one just to be like, bro, do you want like a what the fuck moment? Read White Wolf. Do you want something of just like a slaughtery adventure? Read Charybdis. Do you want fish tits with noir? Read Set the Hook. So it's just nice to have that
Sure.
kind of stuff because a lot of companies just try to focus on one genre, and I just am kind of like, hey, we got this stuff, and then we have one by Humberto that is going to be probably the it's really good. I can't say it's weird. It's just very personal, and it makes you cry. It's
Oh,
really good though. Like I can't
Right.
talk too much about it, but I when he brought it to me, he's like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Damn it, yeah, yeah, I do."
You son
It
of a
also
bitch,
has
I'm in.
dogs in it. It has dogs in it, and I'm like,
That's his auto bio, right?
yeah, yeah, essentially, yeah. It's like his autobiography, and it's really interesting. Um, there's not, I mean, he could have easily extended that into like a full like 100 page 150 pages if he wanted to. Like I'm surprised that he did it such a small little book, but it's
You
gonna be
said,
cool.
you said, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Right, exactly. I did. I said he literally goes, "How are you gonna pitch this?" And I'm like, "From the wild, wacky mind of Humberto." Like I
Done.
don't like
Hey, I'm sold.
right. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad I can joke with you on this because with this book, but we got quite a few things planned with it. Which is why I'm
Cool.
glad that the secret thing we might be doing or that we should be doing soon, because that's one of the books that I definitely want to be able to get out into the world. So,
Very nice.
yeah.
Well, Shiro, you should definitely tell Lee, heavy metal but G-rated is a great tagline for Charybdis. That's thanks to Chad.
well, G-rated.
G
I mean,
G-rated.
there's
What are
no
you
G
talking
boobies.
about?
Well, you said it's like heavy metal but Saturday morning cartoon. So okay, so
Yeah,
maybe
but I
like
didn't say
Oh,
okay,
G-rated.
but
well, heavy metal but PG. There you go.
PG-13, but sure.
Okay, done.
because
So
it's got an influence. It's got the humor of Saturday morning,
Yeah.
and but there's a lot of fluids.
that's true.
It's
That's
more like
true.
Ren and
But so
Stimpy.
far it's okay because they all come from snakes. So
But circling back, I think Shiro would do a great job on an issue of Sparkle Dog. Just saying.
Listen, Sparkle Dog,
Just
as I've
saying.
said, We will get back. We will get back to Sparkle Dog. I promise. Even if it kills me, that book needs to be completed.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, you
Like
can try me out. I can do so many styles.
you will take. Everybody will take one look at these scripts and go, but can we make any changes?
Do
No.
Toriyama.
Hey,
Well,
I
it's
can
see,
do Yoshitaka.
people are going to look at
hey.
your scripts and say, "Why is this not already a thing?"
That you know what? That is fair because that does
I
become
can do
one of when I have
Nomura.
issues, when I have those issues on hand because I don't have any more copies of the first issue, but it used to be the big bestseller when I would table. And I would
Great.
never talk about it. People would just pick up the cover and be like, "What's this?" And I would explain it. And they're like, "Great, I'll take it." And I'm like, "Fuck."
Now I
Fine.
got to make more.
Give me your $5.
Well,
So
thank you, Shiro. Thank you for sharing your story. Um, Chad, what sets Rolling Squid Bones apart from everybody else? What makes you guys different? What makes you unique?
have you seen our social media pages?
I have, but a lot of people listen to this via audio, so we can't just like say we have to give some descriptions. How are you guys different?
Use your
I
words, Chad.
Fine, pee pee poo poo.
Come on, Mr.
I
Writer Man, use your words.
I think that it's what the reason why we're set apart is because one, I try to build a community. We have like a chat group where we get to talk and you guys everybody can ask questions, so we just hang out. We have a good time. We try not to be too serious when it comes to just like being together. And also too, like we just have fun making books. Like, I know a lot of us have different reasons for making comics and everything, but like, I think that's what sets us apart is that we all kind of come from different sections, whether it is for the profit or just for making them for fun and everything. Unless these two are like, yeah, Chad, you're a fucking idiot, and I'm like, that's fair. But and then also too, like we're just willing to give people a chance and we support each other. So it's like even on shows we're talking, we have a Squid Pro Quo where you can buy all the books from us at print costs and then take them to shows and, sell them and you keep the profit. So we just got like these different things that sets us apart from it. But I think really just the community that we try to make with the creators, I think is what really sets us apart. Um, so yeah.
Squid Pro Crow. Squid Pro Quo. You need way more squid puns. That's
Well, look,
that's amazing.
they're coming. Okay, I promise.
Also something I really like about what you guys do is you offer pocket size.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk
Yep.
about that? How did you guys decide to do that?
Boredom. Actually, to be
Boredom.
perfectly
Okay.
honest with you, the reason why we decided to do these 6x9s is just because they're easily transportable. Like they don't take up very much room on a shelf. You can throw them in a backpack. They're just more of like just they're almost like the inspiration from like the Archie digests, where
Right.
you can just kind of pick them off of a shelf and then be like, oh yeah, this is great. It won't take up very much room. I can set it down somewhere and just yeah, so that's really the reason why is just more of an aesthetics
Got my
reason
weekend number
than
twos
anything else.
covered.
Yeah. So
Manga
it's
is
like
killing it with that stuff too.
It's true.
yeah.
You got the
Yeah.
whole story right there, and like you said, throw it in your backpack,
Yep.
carry it with you.
And that's
I
the
think
other
people
thing
are
too.
getting tired of cliffhangers.
And then sometimes the book doesn't even come out. And that's another thing with RSB is that we try not to do a lot of ongoing series either. Like a lot of them are completed. And if they are ongoing, we're kind of like, okay, well, we're gonna hold you to that. Um, then there's also some other technicalities with that too that I won't go into, because that's more of like personal stuff. But
Sure.
yeah, the manga idea is definitely a thing too, um, because they're also cheap and they're the same story, and they're also either short format or long format. Because unless you're like One Piece, a lot of mangas can be like I don't know 10 volumes and then you're done.
Right.
So or you're 100 volumes and you're still going.
Fair
I'm
enough.
caught up on One Piece. I will toot my own horn.
That's that is a feat in itself. I think
Yeah.
I'm still only about 75 in, so I'm not very far at all. I have
Boo.
a long way to go, but I haven't heard very many people be able to actually say that. So that's definitely something you should hang your hat on
I
for
mean, I've
sure.
been reading it since I was like 17. So, I mean,
There you go.
yeah, it's been a long time.
There you go.
Tell
Cool.
me
All right.
about it.
Well, What do we got coming up from Rolling Squid Bones that we haven't talked about yet? What's stuff
Let's
that we can
see.
look forward to coming from you guys that you can talk about?
So we have junk coming out from Carl Bourne soon, as soon as we get the green light proof back from Ingram. Charybdis issue 2 is, about, it's gonna fun.
It not
Um,
hope, it's gonna fun.
it's
We're
gonna fun. It's
manifesting.
gonna fun.
Manifesting
Manifest to goodness.
Manifesting.
to the
We
deity of your choice.
There you go.
obviously we did just talk about White Wolf issue 3 coming up, and then the trade paperback right after that, and then we have Path of the Pale Rider Volume 2, and then Set the Hook will also be available on Ingram, and then there's the secret thing that hopefully will be announced in the next couple, so that'd be cool.
Chad,
That would
you
be cool.
tease.
I know. I listen. I'm trying. Knock on wood. I'm really excited about it. It's the one company where they're like, "Oh, you actually respond to me and talk to me about this stuff." And that's the other thing too, is like I try to be as approachable behind the scenes, but sometimes the way our social media is, I feel like a lot of distributors are like, "But do we got to deal with these people?" Like they're posting like, I don't know, flooded kitchens and like other like videos of like an anteater on top of like, there's that anteater video I put Carl's stuff on. It's like an anteater like doing the tongue, and then the white wolf just pops up, and then that's it. Like that's the whole video. And
It's
there's like,
called marketing.
it's just like, yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck. And that's, but I do feel like sometimes that's like a, people are like, really, and I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself. But we're having fun, so
We're having fun. That's all that
yeah.
matters.
But those are the things that I can mention.
Very
Oh,
cool.
and then I also have Bark in the Water. Is still, well, that's still in production, but I can talk about that. Right, Carl?
Yes.
Very cool.
No,
Now,
I have
Carl,
different artists on it and everything. So
nice. Now, Carl, before we go, I would be remiss if we don't talk about what junk is. So why don't we tell everybody out here a little bit about your book, Junk?
Hmm. Um, I guess I would call it a cyberpunk story.
Okay.
It's kind of a dark, gritty sci-fi story about people. They're on an asteroid mining colony. They have nanotechnology in their blood that is basically supposed to augment your immune system, but it's
Right.
ended up kind of taking over, and it needs updates, just like your computer antivirus software needs updates, right?
Sure.
So anyone trying to live off the grid cannot get these updates legally. And if they don't get them, they start getting sick. So they have to get them from people who crack the codes and sell them illegally. So basically, trying to live off grid turns you into a junkie.
mhm.
Wow. That is cool.
Yeah,
It's
and they're trying to
very,
get off world. So
That
it
is both an incredibly good idea for a story and sounds like a pain in the ass to live in.
True.
it
Very true.
reminded me a lot of Cyberpunk. Is that's what like Cyberpunk 2077.
mm,
Are you familiar with that?
I'm not. I'm
Okay,
not.
it's a game. It's not. It's the story is different because it's like people are getting sick and like get all that when they're trying to live off the grid. But everybody relies on like these nanotechnology to live, whether they're like augmenting their eyes or their hands and everything. It also has Keanu Reeves in it, which this book does not. So you need to draw Keanu Reeves into it. That's the
Uh,
other thing.
Can we
So
well,
afford
I
the
remember that
license?
movie. I thought you were talking about the novel or something. I do remember that movie he was in. Um, yeah, this is all like all my books come from a lot of nonfiction research. So that whole I think whole idea about nanotechnology filtering your blood is something they're actually working on. I don't think they had much success with it, but at the time when I read about it, it was going to be the next big thing. Like it was going to take a long time to develop, but they were seriously working on it. So, I mean, that's where I get my ideas actually from nonfiction.
that's
Nice.
interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm surprised you haven't said like, yeah, Ray Bradbury is one of my biggest
Uh,
inspirations.
yeah, Fahrenheit 451 is one of
Yeah.
my absolute favorite books.
I have the graphic novel.
Ooh,
Yeah. Fun fact, there's a graphic novel.
yeah,
I think that's ironic, but
yeah.
actually the fact that it is a book anyway. So,
He
The
actually wrote
irony.
that book a lot about TV, how much he thought TV was making everyone dumb.
Really?
Yeah, he admitted that in an interview because
Huh.
everyone stopped reading. They just started watching TV all the time.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they made a movie.
There's been a few, I think. I think there's at
They
least
made
two.
a there's been a Fahrenheit 54. Really?
Yeah, there's
Didn't
one
know.
way back, I think in the 70s, and there's one
Oh.
on
Yeah, I'm
HBO.
talking about the one in the 70s.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's the yeah, no.
Yeah,
No, that's
no,
all I know.
no, yeah, no.
No, I don't. I'm just shocked.
And
There's
if you have
ad
HBO Max, there's one on there. I haven't watched it yet, but they
I
made
do.
one too.
I do. I'm currently watching well, I was watching Venture Brothers on there. But
I think they moved to Netflix.
yeah, and then that's leaving on the 15th of August. And I'm not caught up.
Sounds like a sensitive topic that we don't need to talk about, Chad. I don't want you to cry today.
Anyway. I'm never gonna be able to watch Venture Brothers. Moving it.
All right. Well, Carl, where can we stay up to date with you? Where can we keep up to date with stuff that's coming out from you?
Well,
Where
there's
can we find you?
always the Rolling Squid Bones places like the website and social media. But then I have my own website. It's Rat Race Comics, all one word, .com. And social media is rat period race period comics
Nice.
on
And
Instagram,
be,
Threads.
everybody be sure to check out the Kickstarter next week, next Thursday, the 20th for White Wolf. It's going to be great. Make sure we spread it around and check it out.
Yeah.
Shiro, where can we find you on the social medias?
Um, Pretty much almost everywhere. The easiest way to find out is to go on my Linktree, Linktree / so very unofficial. I'm so very unofficial on almost every platform. That's it's that easy.
Very cool. Mr. Perkins, where can we find you?
OnlyFans. So you can find me on pretty much everywhere, but
We
mainly
said
on
we were keeping
Facebook.
that secret.
Shh. That what? Oh no, I admitted the secret. We're getting an OnlyFans. It's just, but you can find me on the RSB Facebook page where I post all of the junk and no pun intended with Carl's junk. All of the comical stuff that we do. You can find me on Brewerguard on Instagram and also my Facebook page, which is just Chad Perkins, and those are the only two that I really use. You can find me on TikTok, but at RSB Comics, but I don't really use that as much. Um, so yeah, Miami.
Fair enough. Okay, well, for me, I want to thank Polygon Horizon. The song Pizza Force is the song we use for the show. Say we, it's just me. I use for the show. It's a great song. They're a great band. Go check them out. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, everywhere you can find them for music. You can find Fueled by Weird on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and shoot me an email at fueledbyweird@gmail.com. Uh, Fueled by Weird's on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are sold. And like Shiro, you can find me at Linktree /Fueled by Weird for all my links. Everything's there. Check out Hassel Hutchison. He's my dude. He's got a channel, the Nerdy Manroom Show. He does the Nerdy Manroom Show. Hassel's Review, where he reviews, does unboxings, and Card Subject to Change, which is a what if for pro wrestling. So if you like what if, you like pro wrestling, check it out. It's a great show. He puts a ton of work into it. Also, our friend Big Rob's House of Entertainment, no Chinese food. Big Rob's a great dude. He goes across the country finding all the great deals. Got a lot of cool stories to tell, so check him out. Uh, the three of us, along with our friend Monster, make up the Stay Weird Network. We're a podcast network dedicated to bringing some awesome back to the internet. Check us out at Stay Weird Network on YouTube and Instagram, and email us at stayweirdnetwork@gmail.com. Now, if you like the show, tell your friends, leave a review, because word of mouth is my friend. And remember, kids, it's only weird if you make it weird, so make it real weird. Thanks, everybody, for joining me tonight. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.